Welcome to Laser Focus. If you're new here, this is a channel where I dive into all things laser cutting and engraving. Today I'm tackling something every xTool F1 owner will recognize. This is the free sample materials kit that comes with the machine. Here's the catch though, xTool doesn't actually tell you anything about what's in this kit. In some cases it's fairly obvious, but in others, not so much. So in this video, what I'm gonna do is unpack my entire kit for you. I'm gonna identify each material in this kit, and I did have to reach out to xTool to get some of this info, and then I'll show you where to buy more and where to get the cut settings for each material so you can start making cool stuff. Then I'll also give you some fun project ideas for each sample material, specifically for the smaller sizes in the sample kit. Plus, stick around because I actually made one of these projects and I'll reveal that later in the video, along with a sneak peek of my next tutorial where I'll show you exactly how to make that project with free cut files for you to download. So if you've been wondering what to do with your xTool F1 sample kit, or you just want some inspiration for project ideas, this video's got you covered. Now let's dive into this bad boy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and unpack everything and lay it all out, and then we can take a closer look at what we have. Here's everything I've got. There are 8 different materials, and some of them have multiples and variations. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. First up, these metal business cards come in blue, purple, black, and gold. Now the purple ones do look pink to me, but xTool calls them purple. And according to their website, these are made of an aluminum alloy, which makes them durable and waterproof. I'd say they're also pretty light and thin, and I'm always trying to minimize what I carry around in my wallet, so these don't add a lot of bulk at all, which is nice. There are 5 cards in blue, 5 in purple, 4 in black, and 5 in gold. Here's the purchase page for these cards in case you do want to buy more. The description down here says that this is a rose gold color, but this might be a typo. I think it should say purple. Now, xTool also has this material settings library at this address here. This is where the materials that they sell have their own pages with detailed cut, engrave, and score settings for their different laser cutting machines. I think it's worth adding a disclaimer here. I've found xTool resources to have lots of duplicate pages and inconsistent recommendations, and I've also come across several accounts of people using the recommended settings and not getting perfect results. So just keep in mind that these material settings pages are a good starting point, but you'll probably still need to do your own trial and error to get the best results. I did reach out to xTool customer support to clarify which settings pages to reference for each of the included materials. Their responses weren't entirely clear, but I've included what I managed to learn throughout this video. So here's the one for the black metal business card. So the way these pages work is that you've got the material name at the top, and then sometimes you have a material code here, but a lot of times it's missing. And then over here, you've got all the different properties that you can adjust for this material. So for machine model, let's say we choose the F1, it will adjust the rest of the property options based on that. So you can see here the 2-watt and 10-watt options. And if I choose 10-watt, it will adjust this to blue light. And then over here you have your processing mode, so you can choose these different options. We're just going to stay with the base plate. And then processing type, you can choose score, engrave, and whatever options you have associated with that material and that machine. And as you adjust the different properties, you're going to see that these settings down here will change. And these are your recommended settings. So one of the cool things that you also have in some cases, but not all, is that you might find this image here, which is an array for that material that shows different settings depending on the actual look that you want. Now, in this case, a lot of these look the same, but you can see that if you choose settings up here, then you're going to get a much fainter look. And so it populates the settings here depending on what you choose. If I want a nice sort of darker look, I might choose this. So it's going to update all of this based on what I select here. So that's pretty cool because it allows you to choose the look that you want, and it will just give you recommendations based on that look for which settings you should have. So that's how the materials library works. Here's the page for the blue metal business cards. It works the same way with the values changing as you adjust the different parameters. This one doesn't have any of the interactive array images. And here's the page for the purple cards, and then also the gold here. For the gold, there's a couple, but this one, the deep gold, is the one that the customer rep pointed me to. So that's going to be the one to start with. Now, the other place that you can access these material settings pages is from within xTool Creative Space itself. They have presets for a lot of the materials that they sell and for the ones that came in the kit, which are basically the same as the material settings pages that we were looking at earlier. If you know what the material is called, you can go up here in xTool Creative Space and open what xTool calls the Easy Set library, and then scroll and find your material. When you select it, the recommended settings will automatically populate for you. Okay, so let's find the settings for our black metal business card, and I'll show you how this works. So in here, there are a couple of different entries for black metal business card. I know that this one is the correct one because this one does not have any actual preloaded settings in it. I'm going to click this one here and click confirm. And so what happens is it updates the material up here, and then it also gives you over here these IR and blue light references. And so these are sort of the settings that we saw in the materials library. So if I select blue light reference, it's going to give me an array here because this particular one has an array. Again, not all of them have this. And what it does is it pre-populates the values here for the settings based on what you select here. And so I can click this and select how I want it to look, and it will automatically populate the settings for me. Now, of course, this one doesn't actually look very different, but if we go to IR reference here and we go to engrave, you can see this one actually does look a little bit different depending on what you pick. So if I was to pick this, these are the settings that would pre-populate. So if you're using an xTool material from their site or from the kit you received, chances are you'll find it here. And if it's not in this list here, you can also click more xTool materials and it'll open the actual easy set library. And then you can find it in here. Let's say we want to go with this one. And then you can tell it to open in xTool Creative Space and it'll open that here. And so this is another way that you can access those settings. Okay, so that was a lot of technical stuff, but what can you actually make with these metal cards? Let's look at some ideas beyond just business cards. First up is baby stuff. You can engrave things like an ultrasound, tiny footprints, or cute drawings or messages from your various offspring on these cards and carry them in your wallet. There are also more family or partner focused ideas like this one, where there's a photo on one side and a handwritten note from someone special on the other. Finally, I liked this one as a more practical idea. Since a lot of people don't carry coins anymore, a card that helps you make decisions can be super useful. You can customize this idea depending on what decisions you waste too much time and energy on. Next up, we have these 4 different pet tags, which I'm going to consider one item since in terms of projects and settings, they're more or less the same. Let's take a closer look. So we've got 4 different shapes, and one of each of these was included in the kit. So these 2 you could put on any animal. This one here would make the most sense for a dog, and of course this one would make the most sense for a fish. That's ridiculous. It's for a cat. So I found purchase pages here for 2 of the tags, the heart and also the bone, but the fish and the round ones did not have purchase pages that I could find. So either they've been discontinued or maybe they're just out of stock. I'm not really sure. But for the heart ones, you can buy them 10 pieces at a time. And for the bone ones, same thing. But for the bone one, I don't see the stainless steel silver color option. So you'd have to get one of these other colors. Okay, so now to find the material settings for these tags, let's go over to the material settings library. For the heart tag, I found 2 different pages that look like they're for the same exact material, but they have different recommended settings. So just use these as a reference. The same is true for the dog bone tag. There are 2 different pages, but they have different recommended settings. So again, use these as a reference. But this is the one that the customer support rep pointed me to, so it might be the one to start with. And then for the round tag, there's just this one page here that's got the settings. And then for the fish-shaped one, this is the page here. And then of course, you've got the Easy Set library inside of xTool Creative Space, where you can see the settings for each of the tags here. If you just scroll down right here. You can maybe use these tags as pendants or keychains, but for the most part, they're probably best used the way they're intended. So I focused on finding fun ideas for engraving them. So here are some of the ones I came across that amused me. I think my favorite one here is breaking hearts and blasting farts because I have the sense of humor of a 10-year-old. I also do like call my mom she's single, but I feel like that one's more likely to bring in more garbage than gold, just purely based on statistics. Next, we've got these stick-on patches. I wasn't sure if these were real leather or not, but I can confirm that they are not. They're PU patches, so they're made of polyurethane, and they're a type of faux leather. These are 3 inches in diameter and have an adhesive 3M backing. The ones I got laser engraved to silver. There are 2 purchase pages for this black and silver leather patch that look the same to me. There's this one here, and then there's also this one here. So I do think this is just a duplicate in their system. The price looks the same. So either one should work. Now I took a look in the material settings library here by searching for patch, and all of these different patches came up, but none of these are the black and silver one that I have. When I heard from the xTool customer service rep though, she pointed me to this brown and gold one here. So I imagine that the settings are pretty similar. It's worth noting though that there is a preset in xTool Creative Space that is specifically for the black and silver patch. So I would go with those settings over these ones. In xTool Creative Space, we can take a look in our Easy Set library up here, and you can see it right here, and it's called Silver Black Leather. And this is the patch I have. Now, how can you actually use these patches? When we're thinking about project ideas, it is also helpful to know, according to xTool, that these are durable, they're waterproof, they have this 3M adhesive backing, and also they can withstand machine washing and drying. So they really are very versatile, and you could probably do a whole bunch of stuff with them, which is pretty cool. But here are some of the more interesting ones that I came across. The most obvious one is hats and beanies, but because we know that these can survive washing, they can also be put on just about any clothing that you have, so you have a lot of options. I also found that people seem to like putting leather patches on backpacks and bags, so that's another option. And of course, I feel like most things can be adapted for Christmas. Here are some Christmas tree ornaments, and they can also be used directly on stockings or as name tags for stockings. Next, we've got this slice of wood that's sometimes called a wood cookie. It's about 3.5 inches in diameter and about 10 millimeters thick. There were 2 of these included in my sample kit. You can see that they do get kind of messy here, and they're shedding quite a bit all over the desk, so just keep this in mind when you're unpacking and working with them. The xTool customer service rep mentioned that these are made of pine. Now, I was not able to find the wood cookie on the site where you can actually purchase it, but if you are looking for these, I have honestly found them everywhere, possibly even at your local dollar store. There are 2 pages in the materials library though for this thing, but they do appear to have the same settings. The pine coaster one here is the one that the customer support rep pointed me to. Now in xTool Creative Space, we can look in the Easy Set library, and the coaster shows up right here as the 10mm wood coaster. Now for project ideas, there are a bunch of things you can do with these. Some of the examples I'll show you aren't laser engraved, but they give you an idea of what's possible. First, we've got some wall hooks for keys and pet leashes and anything else you can think of. There are also a few different types of wall art here. You can see there are a lot of creative ways that you can use these to decorate your walls. I also like these charms for your rear view mirror here. You can also use them in the center of seasonal wreaths, and I think they go really well together with any wreaths that are made of tree branches, twigs, or leaves. Of course, we have the classic use case here of coasters with all kinds of possibilities, and they also make really great tree ornaments. And then I love the idea of making clocks out of them as well. You can purchase these little kits that have all the clock parts and laser engraved numbers and other graphics on the face. The next one here is one that I wasn't sure about at first, so I had to do some research, but it's called laser engraving photo paper on the xTool website. There were 5 pieces included with my samples, and they're about 5.1 by 5.1 inches. The YouTube channel 68 Woodworks has a really great video showing some of these samples as well. I'll include a link below, and he does a test engrave on one of these photo papers, and this is what it looks like. You can see that the contrast is really striking. Now, I found 3 pages on the xTool website where you can purchase this laser engraving photo paper. So the first one is this one here, and it's got the square size, and the size is a little bit smaller than the one that came in the sample pack, so that's just something to keep in mind. And then the other page is this one here where you can buy a longer size, and then finally there's this page here where you can buy both sizes. Any of these pages should work. In the material settings library, it's called laser engraving photo paper, and here is its page. Now if we select F1 from the drop down here, we can see the score and engrave options here. And in xTool Creative Space, you can find it in the Easy Set library here. We just scroll down. It is called laser engraving photo paper. Here are some cool ideas for how to engrave and display these photo paper squares that I borrowed from similar types of materials. The first one is pretty basic, just framing these and having them on display on walls or desks or tables, for example. I also came across the idea of creating greeting cards and inserting this paper into the card using some slits in the corners so that the person who receives the card can remove the laser engraved artwork and display it somewhere, even if they're not going to keep the card. But my favorite way to use these is to create similar but complementary patterns or images on them and then put them on display as a mosaic or grid on the wall, like this. I think they look really striking this way. Moving on to these black acrylic rectangle pieces. There were 2 of them included in the materials kit, and they have this protective paper on them, presumably to protect the surface from damage. You can see that they're glossy but not see-through at all. Here's an example of the contrast that you get with this acrylic from Ken Moon, who's got a really great related video that I've linked to below. On the xTool website, you can purchase larger sheets of this acrylic, but you can't get the small sample sizes that came in the material kit, which I guess are just for samples. These pieces come in a set of 3, and you can see here that they're 12 by 12 inches in size, and they're 1/8 of an inch thick, which is 3 millimeters, and they're called black opaque glossy acrylic sheet plexiglass. And you can also see here, if you look under product information, that it does say to peel off off the protective film before using the acrylic sheet. In the material settings library, there are 2 pages for this material that have slightly different settings. On one, it's called 3mm black acrylic, and it only shows settings for the IR laser, and it's really limited to just these 2 processing types. Whereas this one here, which is called the 3mm black opaque glossy acrylic, has a lot more options. Let's just go to F1 here. You can see it has both the IR and the blue light, and it's got all of these different options. And this is the one that the customer support rep actually pointed me to. So I'd go with this one as a reference. In xTool Creative Space, you can find it in the Easy Set library. You just scroll down, it's called the black opaque glossy acrylic sheet. And it's got this little flame icon, which means it's flammable. And when you select it, it gives you this warning here. So just be really careful when you're working with this material. Because these sample pieces are pretty small, I found some ideas that would work well for this smaller size. First, we've got these zipper pulls, which I didn't even know were a thing, but now that I do, I really want to pimp out all my zippers. You could put them on jackets, backpacks, bags, really anything that's zippered. And then of course, these little samples are perfect for jewelry. So here we've got some earrings that look pretty cool. And then we've also got necklace pendants, which also look really nice. You could probably squeeze in a matching set if you kept the earrings really small. And lastly, keychains are also a great option with lots of possibilities. Of course, with larger sheets of this stuff, there is a ton more that you could do. Now we have what xTool calls square rock coasters, but these are also commonly called slate coasters. Because they're made of rock, they sometimes have these natural inconsistencies in marking and texture from one to the other. I got one in my sample kit, so I need to use it wisely. It's 3.94 by 3.94 inches and 5 mm thick. Now you can purchase these on the xTool website here in sets of 4. And these are really great as beginner projects because they have a really premium look and feel, but they don't actually require very much work to get to that premium look. Here's the page for the rock square in the material settings library. In the xTool Creative Space Easy Set library, this one is called Rock Coaster and it's right here. And if I just select it here, we can see that it gives us the IR and blue light references here. Here are some cool projects you can do with these rock squares beyond just coasters. So this first one is this adorably tiny little tic-tac-toe board with little engraved rocks for pieces. I love the idea of this sitting on a coffee table and just being an ongoing passive-aggressive game between people who are passing through the room at different times. Next, there's this chalkboard or memo board. You could laser engrave the structure of it like the one on the right, and then fill it out with chalk for the parts that are always changing. So you could use this in a lot of different ways. Of course, you could always laser engrave these and turn them into artwork on display on walls and tables. And finally, I had to throw in coasters because this is the most common way to use these and they do look really nice on a coffee table or a bar. And last but not least, we've got these 3mm basswood plywood sheets. Now, I wasn't sure what kind of plywood it was, but the customer support rep did confirm that it's basswood plywood, and there are 2 of these sheets. You can purchase these on the xTool website here. They do come in a larger size than what came in the sample kit, so you'll get a 12 by 12 inch sheet of the plywood. You can get either 1/8 inch thickness, which is what came in the sample kit, or a thicker piece at a 1/4 inch thickness. In the material settings library, there are 2 pages for this plywood, but only one of them gives you the 2 laser options, whereas this one only gives you the 10 watt. So I go with the one that has both. And so in the xTool Creative Space Easy Set library, this one is right here and it's called 3mm basswood plywood. Now I found so many great ideas for this plywood, but I'll show you some good ones that are beginner friendly. Here are some ideas for beginner projects that you could make with the pieces of plywood in the sample kit. There are some customized rulers here, and this cute door hanger for a nursery, and of course coasters, which are one of the easiest, quickest projects you can make that still look great and are useful. There are also keychains and bookmarks here, and I also found these cool money holders for gifts, and on the left are these light switch covers that you can make pretty easily. And then finally, here are some ideas that are a little bit more advanced. The one on the left is called a sun catcher and repurposes a CD or a DVD, which is pretty cool. And then these earrings here are made with a design that makes the wood flexible, and this technique can actually be used in a lot of different ways to make things out of wood that can fold and bend. And then you've got a couple more ideas here to create custom notebook covers and also garden stakes for the summer. And now, as promised, I'll show you what I ended up making. I decided to keep it super simple as a first project and used the basswood plywood sheets to create some laser cut and engraved coasters. In the next video, I'll go through a step-by-step tutorial and show you exactly how I made them, and also I will include the files that you can download for free. I hope to see you there.